Hi, my name is Megan Irwin, and this is my screen recording of my discipline referral form for my elementary school that I created. As part of our Building Positive Behavioral Intervention Supports team, I helped to create a discipline referral form this past summer. After presenting the form to the staff members in September, our teachers started using the form in October to report student responses and their offenses. However, at the end of October, our building principal decided to create a new discipline form. The staff was sent a new link for the referral form, which was created outside of Google Docs, which is a familiar system that our teachers and staff members are familiar using. The new form took a lot of effort to find and to navigate, so many teachers found themselves not referring students anymore. The new form also did not allow data to be recorded and tracked in a spreadsheet, which also allows for trends to be easily identified. One of the frustrations identified by teachers from both forms was the lack of accountability after the referral was documented on the end of the administrator. So far too often students did not receive any sort of consequence for their actions because they were referred to the principal, who for some reason might have been out of the building, so nothing was happening because that trail of paperwork was lost. Therefore, I felt a new electronic referral form would be extremely beneficial for the staff in my building to help see if the implementation of the positive behavior intervention supports was supporting our students with their behavioral needs. The standards that I focused on were leadership and vision, specifically with using data to make leadership decisions and the need for data collection with our behavior referrals. And then the productivity and professional practice, which focuses on modeling a routine, which is intentional for technology and employing technology for communication and collaboration among colleagues, staff, parents, students, and the larger community. I also chose this standard for the use of technology to advance organizational improvement. Um, the members of my administrative and teaching staff will benefit from this Google form and spreadsheet. So I'll go ahead and show you. I just went into my Google and created a form. So I just went to create and I created a form. I will show you what the form looks like. Here's the form that I created. I did recreate a new edition of the form for the purpose of this project. That simply does not have student names placed in it when I go to show you the spreadsheet for confidentiality purposes. However, this is the form that I created. It's an exact duplicate. I have the title as our elementary discipline form, followed by the name of the teacher or the person who is doing the referral and the name of the student who was involved. I made it pretty simple with drop down bars, as you'll see when I go to the live form, so that teachers don't have to do a lot of typing into the form. I also had the date and time indicated along with the selected offense. Again, I just have a check menu, which makes it easier for teachers who don't have to type out a full narrative. I do have different places on here where teachers can type out a full narrative if they feel necessary. But again, this is just for a data tracking piece to help keep information organized when teachers or administrators go to present data and information to parents and family members. Here's my live form, and this is what teachers and staff members see when they log in to complete the form. Name, student involved, the grade of the student with a drop down, along with the incident date and time, the location of the offense, and the selected offense. Followed by, again, places for teachers to write narratives if they choose and find that that would be beneficial for explaining the following steps. Once a teacher submits their form, I will go ahead and submit a blank form here. And we'll make up the date and time. We'll just put in Okay, and let's say the offense happened in the cafeteria. And perhaps a student was being disrespectful or insubordinate to the paraprofessional who was on duty, and they also were being disobedient and having disruptive behavior in the cafeteria. I'm going to choose not to do a description of the offense right here. For some reason, I could say that, I was in a hurry and just trying to jot down my notes, which is fine. However, once the form is submitted, you can edit in the spreadsheet, which goes to myself. However, you cannot go back and add things to the form itself. Action taken by teacher, we could say that this is the student's first offense, something out of the ordinary, and therefore we don't feel like it needs to be a parent call made home. So I could just say that perhaps the next day they're going to be having a lunch detention as their consequence for not showing proper behavior and respect in the lunchroom. I could make a note here in the description of offense that this is the student's first offense. Therefore, a call will not be made to a parent or guardian, and the student will serve a lunch detention tomorrow. And once I hit submit down here at the bottom, it shows here that my response has been recorded, and I have access to view the spreadsheets because I did create the discipline form. Not all teachers have permission to view the responses. However, if I gave them that permission, that they would be able to view that. So here, this is a view of our discipline referral form that we created over the summer. If you look along the key parts up, or the tabs up at the top, many of them are very similar. I'm going to go ahead and go through this pretty quickly again because of student confidentiality. However, the three key components that we added, the four key components that we added was a follow-up with the administrator, the action taken by the administrator. Again, this is where a disconnect seemed to be frequently occurring, was what happened with the student wasn't either communicated back to the teacher or there was a lack of a consequence, so the student in some ways felt like they got away with whatever happened because there was no follow-up. So the action taken by the administrator along with the parent or guardian that was spoken to, the consequence, and then the date of the consequence. So as you can see, there was not any information filled in these categories because this was just presented to our staff. So while the form looks relatively similar to our previous form that was rolled out to the staff, there weren't any complaints about the form. Simply, our principal decided to implement a new form, and teachers kind of got out of the habit of referring discipline. So now that we have attached a key component of accountability, we feel like the teachers will be more reliable and find that this system will be beneficial for them. The Google form will again has drop-down menus and multiple choice questions, which will be a time saver for teachers who are quickly trying to fill out the form while the offense is still fresh in their mind, while they also have 24 other students in their room. The form and spreadsheet will also be a time saver when teachers present data to families regarding their students' referrals. The goal of this project for me was to create a discipline form that was user-friendly, added a sense of accountability for post-referral steps, and allowed data tracking to occur. While there's no requirement for how many times a teacher refers a student in their class, the goal of this training and the initial implementation was to allow teachers to practice referring a student so that they could feel comfortable and confident with completing all components of the form. So I did have teachers at our staff meeting that I presented this at fill out the form, and then we did create a spreadsheet with all of the fake information that we entered to show the benefits of how you can sort information based on the offense, as well as the student, the date, the teacher referring, etc. So if you go to my drive and go to the responses. Again, these are the two fake ones that I just completed. As you'll see, my name is in here as the person who completed the referral, as well as a timestamp, the grade of the student, along with the date, location of offense, the selected offense, the description, the action taken by the teacher, and then again, here would be the place that the administrator would follow up if that was necessary. And in this case, as I noted, that was not necessary for the administrator to follow up on this first offense. I will measure the project success by monitoring the use of the referral form. I will monitor the number of referrals documented by teachers and support staff, as well as the post steps taken by the administrator when necessary. I'll send out a referral survey towards the end of April prior to our staff meeting to allow teachers time to use the form and experience the data delivered in the spreadsheet. The survey will be used to help reevaluate the form with the input of the teaching staff and identify any areas that need to be changed prior to rolling this out again next year. While some may find that a discussion is an appropriate way to monitor the success, I believe in this case the actual use of the product will be the best way to measure how successful the project is. So if teachers continue to not fill out the discipline referral form, I will know that some changes need to be made, whether the form itself needs to be shortened so that teachers feel like they have enough time, or if again it needs to be addressed, that there's a follow-up on the administrator's hand so that teachers feel that this is a valuable process. In order to solve the problem of our building not collecting proper behavior data and our teachers feeling as if they were unsupported in discipline follow-throughs, I created this form that tracks referral data and places an accountability piece on the administrator. Staff will fill out the referral form with offense data. The referral will then be sent to the administrator, and because I made the form, it will also be sent to me. The form will indicate if the teacher took care of the situation by providing the consequence and or by calling home, and the teacher will indicate if the administrator should follow up with the student. The Google Forms data will automatically file into a spreadsheet, which is what I'm showing here, which could be sorted by student grade, offense, etc., which will allow our building to identify target areas to focus on, as well as students who may need alternative individualized behavior plans, which really again stems from our PBIS implementation this year. On February 25th, the new behavior referral form was presented to the staff at a staff meeting. Teachers practiced completing a fictional referral of their choice, and the spreadsheet was presented to show the value of the data collection. The administrative follow-up steps were also highlighted, again, as that was a teacher concern prior to implementing the new form. On March 27th, the spreadsheet will be reviewed by at the staff meeting. This meeting will serve as a follow-up training, and the data will be provided between the February and March meeting. Will assist in showing the value of the data displayed spreadsheet with real information and offenses of students that are in our building. Each teacher will be required to sort their data during the staff meeting by the homeroom teacher to identify any trends with students or, again, with target areas that need to be focused and discussed as a staff. At the April 24th meeting, our staff meeting, the referral process will be reviewed, and prior to the staff meeting, teachers and the support staff will be completing a brief survey, which is going to be a plus delta survey regarding the referral procedure. The results will be discussed at the staff meeting, and then final changes will be made by the DLT, our district leaders, our building leadership team during the meeting scheduled for the first week of May. The new form, if needed, will then be implemented in the fall after making some changes over the summer if we see that that is necessary. So this is, again, our second shot at creating a form that teachers find valuable and that helps us collect student data to see how our students are improving with the positive behavior systems that we have implemented. So I hope that you find the form beneficial. I just rolled this out with my staff this morning due to cold days, so I am very hopeful that this will be